And welcome to another edition of Lab Rats. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And I'm swaying back and forth because we're going to do a show about mobile stuff.
I thought it was because you were dressed up like a grape.
Did you like my purple shirt?
It is very purple.
Purple's in right now.
Purple's the new orange.
Yeah, it's true actually. My niece loves purple.
What's the new purple?
Don't know yet. We'll find out next year.
This is not about purple or orange. This is about blue. Yes.
Today on the show, we're going to be talking about Bluetooth. Now, we've covered Bluetooth before as a technology and kind of how it works and that sort of thing. But you really wanted to kind of break out of the traditional, I use a Bluetooth headset with my phone, just to show that it's more versatile than that.
Yeah, there are a number of things you can do with Bluetooth that a lot of people don't think about because they're all so hung up on that little Borg attachment to their ear. So it's not just that bad. There's more to it than that.
Back in 1996, I first talked to Toshiba, who was it Toshiba? Was one of those guys that started to develop the technology. Of course, Bluetooth is named after Harald Bluetooth, who is
Danish king.
Danish king, yeah, exactly. And he brought the hordes of the various counties together, or the nations together, to create a unified country, right? And that was really the idea around Bluetooth, was to bring connectivity from device to device. Hasn't really quite panned out that way, but you're going to prove them wrong, right?
There's a little bit more unity now than there used to be, thanks to some new devices. But we'll talk about all that after the break.
Okay, good. All right, well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Bluetooth connectivity. It's not just about the stupid cyborg earbuds that you get anymore. Today on
Blue Rats.
Blue Rats. Well, before we get started, let's check out a quick 10% coupon off from our friends at hover.com. Lab Rats right here. 10% off. You can use it to buy a domain, to register a domain for an email usage. They've got all kinds of really cool things over there at hover.com. We like them. Don't forget they have no waiting customer service, and they answer your call here in Canada.
In fact, they're picking up the phone before you've even started dialing. That's right. How fast it is.
They're that good. All right, so zip on over hover.com and here, use this coupon for 10% off. All right, let's get started, Mr. Carruthers. So Bluetooth, let's talk about what it is first before we kind of get into the fun stuff.
Well, you talked about at the beginning of the episode about how King Harald Bluetooth of Denmark united the tribes, Sweden, Norway, all that stuff, brought it in together under a single umbrella, and that was the goal, to unite everything. And so what this is a way to unite devices to each other. So it was designed as a short-range cable replacement technology that was wireless. So you could connect your printer to your computer, you could connect your Bluetooth headset to your phone, and it gets rid of the wire that would normally go between these two devices. Right. Now, we said short range. It's about 10 meters, usually about 30 feet. Yeah. Beyond that, the signal peters out. It peters out if you've got a wall between you. It is very short range and not very powerful. So it's not like your Wi-Fi that can blast it through your entire house. Right.
Uses the same 2.4 gigahertz band that Wi-Fi does traditionally. It's called the ISM band, Industrial Science Medical Band. So it's, or the 2.4 gigahertz cordless phone you might have at home, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so sometimes there is a little bit of interference, but generally they stay off of each other's toes for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. Good.
So,
all right.
So what we want to talk about, so we're used to this whole idea of the Bluetooth headset and putting this on. So I've got one example here from Sennheiser. It's the EZX60. Sennheiser known for high quality audio and video, so they got into this game. So there's others. One of my favorites is the Jawbone. It goes right onto your jawbone basically and connects. So this is the thing that people are most familiar with when it comes to Bluetooth, and for good reason, because a lot of people use this now, especially now that a lot of jurisdictions are making it illegal to drive down the road and talk on your cell phone. So you got to get it connected some way to the other. So whether it's your cell phone, your iPad, there's a Bluetooth menu inside, so you'll go in and look for it. Set the phone as discoverable,
Yeah.
And then set your device as discoverable as well. Usually it means holding down a button on this, and this will vary depending on which device you have. Set it down until it starts flashing. Usually blue and red is the standard one that I've seen.
Or it flickers quickly.
Or it flickers really quickly. So again, it'll vary based on which device you have. And then you go back to your cell phone or the computer or the iPad and then select that device from the menu system, and then it'll connect the two, and now you've got them paired. So that's the principle of it. So we know that already from doing it with the Bluetooth headsets, but did you know that you can also do that with other devices as well?
I did, but I've never had success, so I'm very curious about this.
Okay, so there's also keyboards and mice. So we've got a couple devices here. So this is one of the first keyboards that I got. It's the wireless keyboard from Apple that I got as soon as I got the iPad. The iPad has Bluetooth on board, and no good way to type onto it except for the on-screen keyboard. So if you want to gain some speed, this is a good way to do that. Okay. So this one is pretty automatic. You go into Bluetooth on the iPad and turn it on, search for the device, turn this one on, and there you go. You connect it.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Some other devices may require a little bit more work. So I've got another one from here, the Bluetooth keyboard from Microsoft. It also comes with a separate number pad, also Bluetooth. The one thing about this one, though, is in order to set it into discoverable mode, it's not just as simple as turning it on. You actually have to go back onto here, and there's a little button here, and you need to get your pen out. You can see that I've already used this. It's got a little pen mark here, so you just push that there under the Bluetooth icon, hold it down, then go to your computer or your iPad or whatever and look for it, and then it'll be there. Okay. All right, so now we've got keyboard and mouse connected. Same thing with your mouse. If it has a little wireless Bluetooth button on the back, you press it in. Otherwise, with something like the Magic Mouse here from Apple, it's just as simple as turning it off and then turning it on. Now it's in discoverable mode, and you can find it on your device, whether, again, iPad or a computer. So there you go. So we've got keyboards and mice attached to your system now with Bluetooth.
Cool. Okay.
And also this lovely little Magic trackpad, which we showed off last episode.
Yeah.
That one is also Bluetooth as well.
Right.
So we also talked about A2DP in a previous episode. Now this is something that you can add in. And again, we talked about this, I think, under the understanding that people would be using this with their cell phone. And it's not just the cell phone technology, so we want to draw those lines here. So we've got the Sennheiser MM400s as well. Again, a higher quality Bluetooth headset than the usual ones that are out there. Sony makes some of these as well. And there's ones from Motorola and other companies. Again, you just hold the button down on this one until it flashes blue. Now it's on. Keep holding it until it flashes blue and red. Now it's in pairing mode. You go to your iPad and then connect it. And then you actually have these buttons along the side here that you adjust your volume and your track skip as well. So you don't even have to have your device handy. You can just put this on, start listening, and then when you're ready to switch tracks, just like whoop,
neat.
Whoop. So you can use that with your iPad, your iPod, all those other devices.
A2DP, right?
A2DP.
And we covered that in a previous episode.
Right, and the reason this is really nice is because unlike your Bluetooth headset here, which is very low quality, this actually is streaming in full high definition audio. So you can hear stereo and you can hear it in high quality.
Great.
Really rock out.
Very cool.
And
what else we got?
I've got our little speaker phone here from Blue Ant. Again, you can do this in the car. So it's.
Do you like that? Does that work well for you?
These speakerphones have been working very well, and the only thing that is potentially problematic with some of these is that they're voice activated now, and it's nice. It steps you through the process of setting up. So instead of having to go through the whole process of press this down, hold this down, look through the manual for how to do this, it actually tells you what you got, what you have to do next in a human voice, which is nice. The one thing I don't like about this particular one is all you have to do is say, Bluetooth, speak to me, and it'll go boop and say a command. And sometimes it'll just do that out of nowhere.
That's right.
While you're driving along in the car, someone will say something on the radio, and then all of a sudden it's expecting for input, and then it's like, dialing Andy Walker. It's like, no, 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 and then you have to turn it off. But that's about the only thing I don't like.
Right, got it. That's cool.
So now you may say, that's great if I've got an iPad or
it's great if you've got an iPad or an iPhone,
but you've got an old notebook or a desktop machine. You want to use some of these things on those things, but it doesn't have Bluetooth.
Uh-oh. Because you need Bluetooth at both ends.
You need Bluetooth at both ends.
Yeah.
You have to have a wireless transmitter and a receiver, combination of both, a transceiver, as it were, to send the information from one end to the other. Yeah. Now, there is a way. If you want to add this to a device that doesn't have it, that has a USB connector.
Wow, that's a tiny little thing.
It's tiny, and this is from IO Gear, and it is, I think, Bluetooth Profile 2.2. I believe, but it also supports A2DP. So it's not just for your keyboards and mice. It's also designed to allow you to listen to stereo music.
So it makes a non-Bluetooth device Bluetooth and also allows for stereo streaming.
Right, and they're not too expensive either. We're looking here at about $16, maybe $20.
Oh wow!
So I mean, you can get a very basic Bluetooth add-on for like 10. It might not have the stereo Bluetooth streaming, but you can add it very cheaply these days. It's not a very expensive process.
Wow.
And you don't have to do surgery inside your machine to add a little module in. It's very simple.
Okay, good. That's awesome. What about are there issues with Bluetooth these days?
There's a few issues. Like I think our friend Paul behind the camera has had a couple of these issues, and I have as well. Sometimes Bluetooth devices just drop. You get too far away from your device. For example, I move my notebook around the studio, but I leave my Magic Mouse over on the desk. Occasionally I come back and it's not working at all. You'd think it would just automatically reconnect, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes you also have issues of lag. So if you're listening to something on your stereo headset, it might not necessarily be syncing up with what's going on a screen.
Or at least there's a slight delay.
There could be a slight delay, not always, but I have seen it sometimes. It's kind of disconcerting seeing that. And also there is a bit of a lag with the Bluetooth mice and keyboards. So if you're playing a game where every millisecond counts, like you want to frag somebody, but 2 milliseconds will mean the difference between getting fragged yourself or making the kill, you might not want to do a Bluetooth.
So there's not a lot of Bluetooth joysticks at this point.
No.
It's true, eh?
No, I mean, there are controllers for almost everything in Bluetooth, but where precision timing is an issue, it's not the solution for you yet. But wireless keyboards and mice never are. And this follows that.
Any predictions as to where Bluetooth will go to next?
A lot more people's houses, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll show up in cars. It'll start to show up in cars a little bit.
Yeah, it is showing up in cars, in fact, already. I know that I got the 2009 Mazda 3. The 2010 model, if I'd just held out a little bit longer, actually was Bluetooth ready.
Oh, really?
Already built in. So it's like the world's largest Bluetooth headset.
I love it.
You drive around in it.
That's cool. All right, good. All right, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we've got, I think, a fun little Bluetooth thing that you probably haven't seen before on Gadget TV, called the Tune Bug, and your pictures.
I'm going to listen to some tunes.
All right, you have fun. That's after this. Welcome back to Lab Rats. So before we get to our clip of the week, I wanted to ask you one quick question here.
Yes.
There's always this thing with passcodes, right?
Yes.
How come they do that? Like, is that a...
Well,
what is it,
funny you
security
ask. It is a security measure. So you've got these wireless devices that can connect to each other. The last thing you want to be doing is allowing anybody to connect to your devices. So if you have your phone sitting in your pocket, you don't want someone else just connecting with their Bluetooth thing and making long-distance phone calls on their thing. Or
Hello, Mum, calling from somebody else's cell phone.
Or reaching into your phone and grabbing your personal details and transferring information off. So they instituted this where there's a passcode on there, and you have to actually add that on the far end or on the phone itself. So if someone requests to connect, you have to, on the phone, say yes. So it requires you to be wanting to do this at both ends.
Right. So it's request and then approval, as opposed to just connect.
Yeah, there was still some issues with Bluetooth security. Back in the day, people were doing something called blue snarfing, where they were like, breaking in. So it's not 100% secure, but that there's that level of security on there just to make sure that people aren't just doing that just for the sheer heck of it, just because they can. So,
all right, cool. Well, so let's take a look at an episode of Gadget TV. Our friend Andrew Crispin has come across this really cool little Bluetooth device. It's called the Tune Bug Shake.
Tune Bug Shake.
Tune Bug Shake, and it, well, you'll see. It kind of makes your bicycle ride a whole lot more tuneful. So let's have a look at that.
Welcome on deck. I'm Matt Harris.
Hi, I'm Jay Goldman.
Welcome to the A-List.
Hi, welcome to Miss Download.
We touch and hold them both at the same time to turn the device on. So now you can see the green LED. Now the blue LED is indicating that it's connecting to our iPhone, which we have out of the shot, to begin streaming music. So you can probably hear, it doesn't sound that fantastic when it's not actually resonating on a surface, but if we were to hold it, so it does sound much better. So like I say, that's surface resonance technology.
Well, if you want to see the whole episode of Gadget TV there with the Tune Bug Shake, zip on over to butterscotch.com, click on shows and then Gadget TV, and you can enjoy the entire 4 or 5 minutes that where he covers that in detail.
I'm interested in that product because I bike to work, and I don't put the headphones in because I don't want to get run over by big trucks. You know, I'm too busy listening to In Utero by Nirvana. It's very loud, and you know, I can't hear the trucks coming, and I'll die. I've died twice already, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Don't die anymore.
Yeah, so
Okay.
much safer product,
All right, so done?
I guess.
He's done. All right, so because I'm getting very excited about picture time.
Why is that?
Because it's my turn to show my pictures.
Yeah, please start sending pictures in to us again.
we're gonna show you
if you
all of
haven't
our
yet,
pictures.
Because otherwise he'll keep going, and then we'll be seeing his baby pictures, and
There's nothing wrong with that.
see it. No, don't.
Well, I did want to show everybody two pictures this on Picture Time this week. One is
Right.
this is my cat Biff. Well, you guys remember Biff?
I remember Biff.
Yeah, Biff's still around, still hanging out. He's still snoozing on the couch. So that's that's Biff. He's doing really well. And of course, his brother Boo. Let's see if we can call up Boo and find a good picture of him. Let's see.
I always find it hard to find Boo, to be honest. So this finding him in your phone is.
Well, finding him, yeah, it's true. He always used to hide.
Yeah.
You can barely see his little eyes there, but he's all black, right? So it's you can kind of see two little green blobs on a black furry thing. So
The problem is he goes and hides under the couch. You don't know that he's even there.
no, he's actually he's taken to sleeping on my hip. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and he's sleeping on me now.
We'll get.
He's using me as a furniture.
I'll get you the number of a good chiropractor.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. And he's getting big too, so. All right, so if you'd like to send your pictures to Picture Time so that I don't show you pictures of my cats forever, you can email them to.
The next step is pictures from surgeries and other things that have happened in the Lab Rats family, and you don't want to see that. Trust me, you don't. At labrats.tv.
Yeah, and if you can't spell all that, you can try.
Feedback at labrats.tv.
Send us in your pictures or your pictures of you, your mom, your cats, your rats, not your surgeries.
Not your surgeries.
Probably
no.
not a good idea.
No.
All right, well, thank you for tuning in this week and pushing play. You know, it'd be foolish for us to be sitting here fiddling with our Bluetooth devices if you were out there going, I'm so tired of my wires. My name's Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
We'll see you next time.
Are you ready? Try this at home.
Babadaki, you're the one. You make bad time lots of fun. Babadaki, you're only fun. Okay, let's go.
Goo goo, bee hoo.